Hi everyone, it's Adam from Fish Tanks, and today's video we're going to be scaping the Scaper 90. I'm getting a helping hand today by my friend Joe, so his Instagram is going to be in the description below. And yeah, I'm really excited to rescape this, and of course it's the beginning of our rack project, so let's get into this. As you can see, we're using the NT Labs tools today, so shout out to NT Labs. The nutrient layer that we're using today is the Tropica substrate. So we're now adding the gravel layer on top. The idea is that we're going to have the scape going across this way. So when you walk into the room, you can see the inside of the scape. Over there's the kitchen, so you're not going to be walking into the room that way.
In this part here, Joe was explaining that you don't want any gaps in between the rocks, as that allows waste and debris to get inside the crevices and cause issues with water parameters. Just adding some more gravel for some finer details in between the pebbles and the big rocks.
So we're using some flourish root tabs now, as we're going to be adding a lot of cryptocorns and root feeding plants. And of course the Tropica substrate is in there, but we also need to top up the nutrients across the tank too, as we were quite short of that. Right, so we're now going to start adding some root tabs into the tank. We're going to be putting them into the gravel part in that back section there to make sure there's a decent amount of nutrients within the substrate system. This will allow the root feeders to have some nutrients to feed off. So let's crack on with that. Right, so we're going to glue down the wood, and hopefully that'll keep it weighed down in that bay. It is quite a heavy piece of wood, but gluing in between the cracks and crevices should help weigh it down. So we're now just prepping the plants to plant the aquarium. We're going to be getting all the rock wool off this too. We're also going to be doing a bleach dip on the plants that we've used from other scapes as well, so let's crack on with that. Right, so we've bleached, soaked our plants, and they're just now in dechlorinated water. I used some Optimus to make sure that it was safe. Just going to let that sit for 5 minutes now, and then we'll start using it to plant into the wood.
Cause we're young and we're beautiful. We're the talk of the neighborhood. With our starry eyes and our fading smile. I don't think you should wait a while. We're young and we're beautiful. And this time I think it might be good. I don't know what else you would. Cause we're young and we're beautiful.
They grow and they go one leaf extra. If it's like that. You chop them,
Multiple plants.
multiple plants, multiple new leaves,
Amazing.
and looks much more neater.
Just spraying the plants down.
Cause we're young and we're beautiful. We're the talk of the neighborhood. With our starry eyes and our fading smile.
Like maybe,
You should wait a while. We're young and we're beautiful. And this time I think it might be good. I don't know what else you would. Cause we're young and we're beautiful. Cause we're young and we're beautiful. We're the talk of the neighborhood. With our starry eyes and our fading smile.
It's time for us to start adding the water. So what we're going to be adding to this today is some dechlorinator, that being Optimus by NT Labs. This helps remove any ammonia, nitrite, nitrate, or any heavy metals from the water that's being put into the tank or what's already in the tank.
Right, now that we filled the tank up with water, we're going to use some status, and this goes hand in hand with the Optimus, so it's going to be great. It needs 5 ml per 50 litres, so we're going to be doing 2 capfuls for this tank. Right, so here we are with the final result. I'm speechless, honestly. This is a beautiful tank. It ended up way better than I could have anticipated. Me and Joe, we collaborated on this. Of course, Joe done most of the hard and heavy lifting in terms of the scaping on this. But I gave him an idea, and unbelievable, isn't it? It's so nice to finally have the rack set up. It's so nice to finally have all my fish tanks in one place. And yeah, it's nice to see all the fish in here too, with life moving around and using so many different types of plants and techniques and stuff like that too. I'm going to leave you with some B-roll footage now to enjoy this tank as much as I'm going to be enjoying it for the time that I've got it set up, really. So thank you so much for watching. Take care. I'll see you later. Bye bye.